This is the first video of a series of 7 classes. In this video, you will learn how to master the Zentangle-inspired pattern called Hollibaugh. And it looks like this. The first one, right? In this series of 7 videos, I'm gonna be showing you 6 different Zentangle-inspired patterns in which you will be learning one particular pattern on each class, and then by the end of it, on the 7th class, you're going to be creating with me a masterpiece using all those 6 patterns that you've learned. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ingrid, and I'm a holistic wellness practitioner at My Inner Palette. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button below, and also check the description box because I'm gonna be leaving the list of all the videos of this series and also a special gift only for you. One of the ways that I like engaging with well-being is by connecting to your inner child and the creative self that you have within yourself. Most times we forget about it and we put it in a box and we don't think about creativity whatsoever. We're grown-ups. We don't need to go and be creative. Well, let me tell you that one of the ways of engaging really well with well-being is by being creative. And this is why I love the mindfulness doodling, because you're able to create while you're disconnecting your mind and you're bringing yourself to the present moment. So I invite you to follow along this series of 7 videos that I've created for you to be able to take a coffee break in the morning, in the afternoon, or even in the evening when you come back home, and take a few minutes just for yourself so that you can engage in a creative practice that will calm your mind. It will lower down the stress and the anxiety levels that you might be feeling. So come along. So without further ado, let's jump into the first class. So welcome. First of all, we're gonna be going through all the art supplies that we need. So we need a piece of paper, or in this case it's a little sketchbook that I have particularly for Zentangle-inspired patterns. Then we're gonna be needing some pigment liners. Here I have a box that it has different sizes of pigment liners, so you can see that it goes from the thicker to the finer line. And sometimes I might use a bigger one, some other times I might use a smaller one, but if you only have one available, that's totally fine. You can start with whatever you have at home. And I also have a pencil and an eraser. So today I'm gonna be working with a 0.5 fine tip, and I'm gonna be showing you only one design that we're gonna be drawing, and this is gonna be a build-up design. We're gonna be visiting in this series 6 different designs, and the idea is that we build upon them, so then by the end of the lessons we create a full Zentangle-inspired pattern that has those 6 designs that we're going to be practicing day by day. Okay, so today we're going to start with one that is called Hollibaugh. I'm not really sure if this is the right pronunciation for it, but it's spelled like this. There we go. So first, we're gonna start with a small square. I'm not gonna be doing, usually Zentangle-inspired patterns, they are like around 7 centimeters per side. These are like 4.5 centimeter squares that we're gonna be working on just to practice one pattern at the time. So in this case, for example, I've already put like some dots, so you start having some dots on your paper, and then what you want to do, without a ruler or anything like that, just to keep it simple, we're gonna be joining one dot to the other like this, And always make sure that you're breathing, that you're enjoying the process. So here we have the square, right? So this pattern, it's one of the simplest ones that we're going to be reviewing. So what we want to do is to create lines, and then it's all about creating lines and kind of like ribbons. So you'll see what I mean. I'm going to create one here first, and then this is going to be a thicker one. So we want them obviously to go parallel to each other. Now, when we create another set of lines, the idea is that if we're crossing the ones that are already there in the design, you go underneath it, so you don't cross it over. Okay, so for example, if I decide to draw a line here, I'm gonna pretend that this one continues and it's just a straight line, but I'm not crossing over the one that was there already. And then I'm gonna do the same with a parallel line, like so. So I hope this makes sense. So I'm gonna keep on doing this, and remember to breathe while you're doing this type of activities. The idea is that you can relax in the process. So in this case, if it's a little bit crooked, like you can see that it wasn't completely straight, it's fine. We're here to learn something new, to enjoy the moment that we have together, and just to have fun by creating something without thinking too much about it. So again, I'm just gonna go and create straight lines without crossing the ones that were already there. And we continue. So you can do different sizes, different widths of ribbons, and you can definitely go in a diagonal, horizontal, vertical, whatever you feel like doing, really. Anyways, it doesn't matter that this is going black, because at the end I am gonna do some painting here. But I hope that you understand the point of this. Just like that. This is gonna be a thin one. And make sure that you're creating like as many as you want. So here, for example, one of the first ones, we're just always gonna go under it without crossing the line. Once you're happy with the quantity of lines that you have, you can leave it as is, or you can choose to paint over all the spaces between the ribbons. So for example, if I start here, I can start just painting, and sometimes painting spaces can be quite relaxing. So if you're practicing this pattern, you can definitely give it a go. And I'm gonna keep on painting so that you can see how it looks like at the end. The idea to do smaller squares when you're practicing a new pattern is that in that case, if you're frustrated with one, you can start with another one, and it doesn't matter. But remember to observe your thoughts, because sometimes we are being too perfectionists in the way that we want to do things or how we want to achieve things. And in this case, remember that it's not about perfection. It's just about being in the present moment, doing something creative to connect with your inner child and to spend some time disconnecting from everything else that it's in your mind and that might be bothering you. Just remember to be in the present moment, and let's enjoy this time together while we practice this pattern. In this case, if you feel that your pigment liner is too thin, feel free to change it to a pigment liner that it's more that is thicker. This is also a pattern that if you're feeling stressed out at any time during the day, you can resource into just drawing in a little break that you have. So if you're having like a lunch break or just a morning tea break, whatever it is, you can just sit down in a quiet spot and put some music on the background and just do some lines, you know. Sometimes those moments during the day are the ones that we really need to just stop a little bit and reconnect to ourselves. Let all the thoughts go and just stay in the present moment, and let all the worries melt away, all the pain, all the stress, all the anger, any type of emotion that you might be feeling. Just recognize it and let it go. There's a time for you, for yourself. You're here because you care about yourself, you care about your mental health. And that's an important step. So try to enjoy the process and care a little bit more about yourself as well. As we finish this one off, remember to check on the next video so you can learn about the next pattern that we're going to be creating by the end of the week, using them all together into one Zentangle-inspired pattern. So in this case, as you can see, you could have left everything white, or you can just add this black on the background and it gives it a little bit more of a depth. So one more thing that you can do as well, and this is why we're using the pencil, is to give, like in all of these combinations here, whenever we have a ribbon going above another one, you can add a little bit of a shade on the one that is going under, just like so. And when you do that, you're going to give even a little bit more depth even to how it was before. And this, my friends, is the last step of it. This one was a little bit thin, but anyways, it is what it is. Just let it go. There, and this one here. And here's where you can see that it gives it a little bit more depth to your patterns. I'm just exaggerating here. You can have it a little bit less dark and less white, but it depends on how you want to do it. So this is how it ended up looking like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button below, and you will get notifications for this whole series whenever one of the classes is released. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one of the series.